I believe this word is for you. Do me a favor, like and share it. Tune in. God's got a word for you. The art of acceleration.
I'm talking where my what? Where the folk at that he had to reach way down? Because he'll reach way down to pick you up. So for the time allotted to me, please sit down, you're making me nervous. So for the time allotted to me, I want to preach, I want to teach from this particular subject. I want to talk to you about the art of acceleration. I want to talk about the art of acceleration. Come on, say that with me. The art of acceleration. Come on, say it again. The art of acceleration. I remember growing up in school, I kind of played two sports. I was a basketball player and I ran track for a quick season. I wanted to run track because I liked the girl who was on the track team. And and so I got the track team so I could spend some more time with her and get to know her. So I got on the track team. I didn't realize the shape and the physicality that it took to be on the track team. But I was determined to go on the track trips because I wanted to sit next to her on the bus. Come on, y'all, where are all my brothers at? Y'all know how we used to do anything to get close. So I wanted to, but I didn't realize how much physical work that it would take to hang with those who were in better physical condition than I was. See, I thought playing basketball, that was, but it's a whole different type of physicality and stamina that you got to have to run. I thought I was fast, so I ran the 100 and I ran the 400, the 100 and the 400. I tried to run the 100 and the 400. The coach, of course, he gave me all the techniques that you needed to start. Don't miss this. Because it was something that was important in the way you started that would determine or help the way you finished. And sometimes we take technique for granted because it's not comfortable. Okay. Sometimes what's right doesn't feel comfortable because we haven't adjusted ourselves to that type of mobility. So when I realized that I had the wrong technique to start, and it was hindering me in the middle of my race because other people was taking off quicker than me. But then I realized I had something that most people didn't have who ran. I had speed. My problem was I was using my speed too quick. So when I ran the 400, I would try to beat everybody quickly. I would try to win from the onset. And I didn't realize that sometimes to win, it takes pace. Okay, where's my church? I tried to win the whole time. I didn't realize the amount of energy and when it will take to last 4 laps around the track. So the first 2 laps, I'm beating everybody. I'm in the front. But by the time the 3rd lap come around, I'm falling more and more behind, falling more. And then I thought to myself, maybe if I pace myself and chill and wait until like the last lap to start using my speed to catch up, maybe that will help me in the race to do something I never thought I can do because I lacked pace. And some of us want to win all the time. But it's not about winning all the time. It's about winning at the right time. Where's my church? Did you hear what I just said? It's not about winning the whole time. It's about winning at the right. Tell somebody what I just said. It's not about winning the whole time. You don't have to win every lap. You just got to win the right lap. So I realized if I paced myself and waited until about the last lap and pick up speed, but when I did that, my friends would look at me and be like, yo, what are you doing? Speed up. And I would have to look back at them and say, I got it. Because I knew something that they didn't know. I knew I had speed that everybody who was in the race didn't know I had either. I was just setting it up and waiting for my time to pick it up. But everybody else who was watching me didn't understand that. So they thought I was intentionally losing and slacking and being slothful because they didn't know what I knew. And there are people who are looking at the way you're running your race, who doesn't understand the revelation on your life and why you're working the way you're working, why you're pacing yourself the way you pacing yourself, because they don't understand that you're waiting for the right time to pick up the... Because people would tell you to do stuff that's contrary to what God is telling you. And because you haven't shared it with them, they have a contrary opinion. And because you got to understand the course and the quality of your life sometimes goes the direction of who you choose to listen to. Did you hear what I just said? I said sometimes the course and the quality of your life will go the direction of who you choose to listen to. Y'all got that? So I'm running. They asking me, what are you doing? I'm assuring them that I got this. So by the time I get to the last lap, I accelerate. Because there's an art to acceleration. And so I started winning. Not because I started out winning the whole time. I started out winning because I knew that it wasn't about winning the whole time, but it was about winning the right time. And I figured out the right time to pick up the pace. You got to know when to accelerate and when to cruise. I'm going to say it again. You got to know when to accelerate and when to, I'm going to say it one more time. You got to know when to accelerate and when to cruise. There's a season of cruising, and then there's a season where God will say, okay, now pick up the pace. Are y'all hearing me? So to the devil, it looked like I'm coming. So to the devil, it looked like I'm going to be behind. But God has a plan that's going to make up for all the time that I have lost. And God's like, I can do exceedingly and abundantly. All I need you to do is pace yourself and expect me to do what needs to be done in the right season of your life. That it needs somebody look at somebody, if you're not to me, and say, pace yourself. When I realized that, I start winning more. Because I had to realize that it's not about winning the whole time. It's about winning at the right time. Somebody shout the art of acceleration. Contextually here in our text, Jesus has just performed one of his most notable miracles. The miracle of feeding thousands with 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread. And I think, Pastor, it would be an insult. It would be an insult to the pregnant nature of this text and the profundity of this text to just skip past this miracle. To skip past this particular narrative. Because I believe there's some spiritual relevance that can add value to us, and we pay attention to what Jesus did before we get to what we're going to talk about. I think this miracle, this particular miracle, we have to pay attention to. We can't just skip past it. And I believe that is something that's going to bless everybody in this room and online when we pay attention to what Jesus did with 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread. First of all, this miracle had a motive. And the motive of this miracle was compassion. Everybody shout compassion. The motive of this miracle was compassion. Because compassion is the catalyst for creativity. When you care, he cared about those who were hungry, so he got creative. First, the motive of this miracle was Jesus' compassion. And then second, we see the means of this miracle. And the means of this miracle was the generosity. Somebody shout generosity. We see this because we see a young boy who had a lunch, all he had left. He was willing to give what he had left to Jesus, don't miss this, to make sure everybody ate. Okay, 3 people got that. He was willing to give up his last and put it in Jesus' hand to make sure everybody ate. Oh, did y'all understand the significance of the generosity here? He's like, I'm going to take a chance, put it in your hands, and not just worry about myself and my parents. I'm going to put it in your hands because I want everybody to eat. Are y'all hearing me? Okay, some of y'all too mean and vindictive to want everybody to eat. You like to be the best thing in town so you can look down on people. But where is my compassionate saints that got the Holy Ghost? That's like, if I'm eating, I want you to eat too. If I got victory, I want you to experience it too. That's why when I come out, I'm bringing you with me, because I want everybody to win. The message and the miracle. The message is always more important than the miracle itself. I'm going to say that again. The message of the miracle is always more important. I'm going to mess your theology up for a minute. I know that sounds crazy. The message of the miracle is always more important than the miracle itself, because all miracles on this side of heaven is temporary. You see, these people will get hungry again. Even when Jesus did extraordinary miracles like raising Lazarus from the dead, Lazarus had to die again, because all miracles on this side are temporary. But the message of the miracle is forever. I wish I had a church in here. And it is the message of the miracle that will keep you when the miracle runs out. I wish. Are y'all here today? And so whenever God does anything, he always says something. Whenever God accomplishes anything, he always announces something. Let there be. He looked at it and shouted it was good. He announced it because it was accomplished. Whenever God does anything, he says something. Whenever God accomplishes anything, he announces something. Okay, y'all. Okay. Because what I love about this, everybody, is we have to pay attention to the message of the miracle. Because if we lose the message of the miracle, we'll get defeated when the miracle runs out. It's the message of the miracle that will keep you when the miracle runs out. And the message in this miracle, Jesus is saying, I'm able. Are you hearing me? If you got the message that he's able, when something else jump off in your life that you need another miracle for, because you got the message that he's able, you won't feel defeated. You won't feel alone or by yourself, because you got a word that he will supply. Where is my church? All of your needs according to his. When you got the message, you'll have the faith. When you got the message, you can keep your worship. When you got the message, you'll keep your smile. When you got the message, you'll keep paying your tithes. When you got the message, somebody shout, I got the message. And the message is, I am able. And what he's saying is, he's saying that even if I have to provide for you from an unexpected source, I'm so committed to making a way for you. Even if I got to find a little boy who's open to the prompting of my voice to give what he has left to take care of you, I'll give you fish and bread. When God springs water from a rock, it is God saying that I'll create a miracle from unexpected sources. Are y'all hearing me? God's like, I'll give you a miracle from under. And the problem with some of us is you are expecting miracles to come from sources that that you expect, that you think it should come from. But God's like, I'm not going to do it that way. I'm not going to do it that way. So you are disappointed because you're looking for the miracle to come from what's familiar or from what's attached to you. But God said, if I got to send a raven, and what you got to understand is that a raven is not generous. A raven is not generous. But God's like, if I got to cause the raven to act contrary to its nature in order to bless you, I will provide for you from unexpected. Okay, I wish I had 10 people in here who was okay with saying, God, however you do it, whoever you use, I just told you that he'll cause stuff to act contrary to its nature. So he'll make stingy people give to you. He'll make mean people nice to you because he'll cause stuff to act contrary to its nature in order to bless you. And you want to give God praise because God is committed. Because God is committed to making ways out of no ways. I'm telling you, God will cause your enemy to bless you. Did you hear what I just said? God will cause your boss that don't like you to give you a promotion. Did you hear me? Because the heart of the king is in the Lord's hands. So guess what? Even the devil has to back off. I wish y'all, I'm preaching better than you. Look at your neighbor and say, expect it from an unexpected source. You're looking for your father to do it. You're looking for your husband to do it. You're looking for your wife to do it. But God says, I'm going to bring it from an unexpected source. I'm going to show you what I mean by when I say I'll make your enemies your footstool. I'm going to bless you from an unexpected source. Somebody shout yes to the Lord. I said shout yes to the Lord. Cause stuff to act inconsistent to their nature.
Hey family, it's me again. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this word was a blessing to you. If it was, I'm going to need you to do me a favor. Share it with someone who you think will need it. And don't forget, the art of acceleration is the magnitude of your prayer life. Let's get it done through prayer. God bless you, everybody. See you next week.